everyone, my name is Kay, and today we are going to be talking about why furries get so much hate, why we get so much death threats, hate comments, and why people just don't like us. People say it's because we are weird and cringe, and yes, we are weird and cringe, and we are out of the norm, and it is normal for people to hate things that are out of the norm. That's just society. However, there is a deeper meaning to why we get hated as a community and why we became the scapegoat of the internet. Let's start off talking about where this all started in the 1970s when the very first furry group became a thing. Now, it just happened that the majority of the group were queer, and the two main founders of the furry fandom happened to be gay. They happened to be a gay couple, and back then, that was the worst thing ever. You couldn't be gay. That was the worst thing in the world. And people would find any reason to hate them for it. As the furry fandom grew, people realised that the majority of the fandom, even to this day, the majority are queer. Now, that is one of the main reasons why a lot of people hate us, and it's because of the queerness. Now, that is not a valid reason to hate people, it is just another excuse to hate us by just hating us because we're furries, but they're just trying to hide their homophobia. Next up, we've got a more of a valid reason to hate furries, and this is honestly quite disgusting. The fandom is very loving and accepting and kind, and we accept people of all walks of life. However, that can be a bit of our downfall at times. There are some furries that have joined the fandom before as Kira the Wolf and Hypnotist Sappho. Now, you may recognise those names. They were quite viral for a while, and they're disgusting people. They did some disgusting things with animals, and they just happened to be some popular furries who the non-furries saw and thought, oh, well, this is what furries are, people who are attracted to animals. Now, that is simply not true, and it never has been true. It just happens that these people like to hide in the community so they can, normalise their liking for animals. When we find these people in our fandom, we usually try to kick them out. Sometimes they refuse to leave, but sometimes they do leave, like Kira the Wolf. He left for a couple of years, but he recently came back under this name. He's trying to rejoin the fandom, but we all know who he is, and we are trying to kick him out. We try to kick bad people like that out of the fandom because we want this fandom to be a healthy, nice fandom. Of course, that doesn't always happen. Of course, there's going to be bad people in our community, but we try the best we can to get rid of those bad people. Thirdly, another reason why people hate us is because of the news and the way that the media portrays furries. Now, unfortunately, a lot of these news reporters and the news and stuff, they don't research what furries actually are. There's once a hoax that was the furry litter box rumour, and we all knew it was fake. All the furries knew that was fake. We don't use litter boxes. However, the media thought it was true. People thought it was true. People hated furries after that, especially in the US where this all happened. Now, this is not the case, and we do not do that. That is disgusting. However, the media seemed to accept that was true and didn't look any further into it. That is another reason why people hate us, because they think that we shit in litter boxes. Another reason why people don't like us furries is because of all the satire videos that you may see on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Now, satire videos, I'm talking about stuff like this, or stuff like this, and stuff like this. Now, these are all videos of people joking around, pretending to be furries, because we are the joke of the internet, basically. But you gotta know, these people are joking. These are not furries. This is not a furry. These are people pretending to be furries, because this is what they think we are. We are not this, or this, or this. We are this. A loving, kind community of people who would try our best to get rid of the bad people. Another reason why people hate us is because of hearsay. Now, furries are a lovely group of people, but I'm not going to deny that there's some absolutely foul people in this fandom. There are some disgusting people who do not deserve to exist. Now, like every community, we have our bad people, we have our bad apples, like every community, fandom group, minority ever. They all have, bad people in it. However, furries are more shown on the media nowadays, and people like to bring out the bad furries. They like to point at the bad furries and say, this is what furries are like. Now, furries aren't all like this, but there are some horrid ones, such as the fish incident, cheese grater, and Kira the Wolf. Now, there are some really shitty people. I know there's shitty people. We all know there's shitty people. However, we do try our best to get rid of those people, and I've seen a lot of fandoms don't seem to do that. They seem to kind of ignore that they exist. They ignore that all these bad people exist in their community. But with furries, we are trying our best to get rid of them. The people don't see that because people don't want to see that, because people just want a reason to hate us. But it is completely understandable why you would not like us. If that's the first thing you see when you search up furry, then of course you're not going to like us. I understand that. And last but not least, the core reason, the main reason, the core of it all, of why people hate furries so incredibly much. Because we're weird. We're weird, we're cringe. I think I need to remind you all that we literally dress up as animals. We literally make a fantasy character and dress up as it. We draw characters that are animals that walk on 2 feet and talk. That's weird. That's cringe. And there's no denying that. I know I'm weird. I know I'm cringe. I know this isn't normal. But screw the norm. It is normal in society for people to hate people because they're different. If you do something that's out of the norm, people aren't going to like you for it. Humans love pattern. Humans like normality. And that's just how it is. That's just how our society is. And if you want to become a furry, I recommend it, right? It's a good community and it's a lovely community and you'll have so much fun. However, you will get lots of hate and death threats. You will get people who absolutely hate you. You'll get people who think you're attracted to animals. You'll get people who think that you shit in a litter box. There'll be people who think that you identify as an animal. But the reality it is we don't. And you know we don't and I know we don't. But people will think that regardless. Some people just won't listen. It is very important that you do not take the hate to heart. A lot of furry haters don't like themselves and like to take it out on other people. Doesn't matter if you're furry, doesn't matter if they hate you because you're queer, doesn't matter if they hate you because you're fat or because you're too skinny. People hate for their own selfish reason. They hate themselves, so they hate you for that. They are jealous of you. So do not take it to heart. Do not take this hate to heart, okay? You are loved, you are accepted, and I love you. Anyways, if you all enjoyed this video, make sure to like. If you all want to see more of this content, make sure to subscribe. And let me know in the comments what type of content you want to see. And let me know if you've ever experienced hate as a furry. And if you haven't experienced hate as a furry, I'd like to know. I'd be interested to know. Anyway, I love you all so much, and stay Barki.